and Miracle, that's Big Chill. Give me zero, no good. That's a boy wipe, no refill.
Yugi peoples, welcome to the deck profile. Alright, so I had a couple people asking for my XYZ hero deck list. And so yeah, this is that deck list. I took it to another tournament. This is still basically my shifter hero deck, my get shifty hero deck that I played during the Tearlaments era that I won a tournament with, and I think I finished second in another place tournament with it. And I had planned on playing it at a regional, but the ban list came hitting tiers before that regional, and I didn't think it would be that good in the meta after that. So yeah, and like with Kashtira still here, like because this is post Cyberstorm access, but I don't think like a lot of people were like really on Cyberstorm access yet. But despite that, I decided to keep the shifters inside of my extra deck. To keep them inside of my side deck for the tournament. So yeah, I didn't main deck them this time. But yeah, basically this is like Dark Law Turbo with maybe like a XYZ and then a bunch of hand traps. So it's basically like Dark Law 3 hand traps win the game. So yeah, we took second place in the tournament with this. I finally lost to Labyrinth, which not only I just didn't draw any of the cards, and I sided kind of bad for the matchup at the same time too. So yeah, we deserved to lose that when we got too old in the finals, y'all. It was pretty bad, but leading up to it, I had some pretty good games, and yeah, it just was what it was. We found a way to win by using our extra deck, using Exceed monsters, and yeah, I had a lot of fun playing the deck. I get tired sometimes of drawing like Increase and Miracle Fusion and Polymerization and all those cards, man, and I just wanted to play something a lot more different that I felt like might be a little bit more consistent, and yeah, we found a way to win with it. So here is the deck list. That all these cards were pretty much provided by Meta TCG. Check them out. Check out the website. The link in my description. Use my code and save 5%. Right. So first off, it's gonna look very bubble beatish. So we got 3 Solid Soldier, 3 Shadow Mist, 2 Stratos, and then Honest Neos and Liquid Soldier. And this is basically my E-Hero lineup. There's no Destiny Heroes, no Vision Heroes, so this is pretty much the core of the extra deck. A total of 10 monsters, and like I said, it looks very Bubble Beatish because I think in Bubble Beat we play like 9 monsters. And yeah, so this is the monster lineup. Solid Soldier, the most important normal summon, because you want to be able to use him to special summon out either Stratos or Shadow Mist. And basically this is our only follow-up card. So you just got to play your hand traps correctly, play everything correctly, and then like most of the time, which I think you'll see in a couple of my games, is like this is what we use to finish our opponent off or to protect our Dark Law from bestial monsters. And yeah, I think the first time I played this deck, I actually like excluded this because it wasn't needed. But now with bestials being in the format, like I need to be able to take that 2500 and win against it. So Honest Neos enables that. So package is very easy, very simple. You're summoning Solid Soldier, special summoning another hero, hoping to get that extra rank 4 either off of a Hero Lives or one of the other cards I will show y'all later. So yep, that's pretty much it for the monster lineup. Those are the monsters right there. You'll see like Suedo monsters also, but here go the hand traps. Very hand trap heavy. We got 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, 3 Droll, 1 Veiler, and 2 Imperms. And yeah, these are the hand traps. The 1 Veiler looks weird, but I couldn't find my other Imperm, so we ended up playing the 1 Veiler instead. I don't think it like made too much of a difference, but them playing triple tactics talents can make a difference. So you probably want to use Imperm instead of the Veiler if you can. No regret in any of the hand traps. We know this is making a hard comeback this playmat because of Super Heavy Samurai, and it kind of hits Pearly, and it's gonna be a pretty good card coming up this format. And one of the other things I wanted to do when I was building this deck is to play a hero deck that wouldn't lose as hard to like Ghost Ogre and to Droll, because like when you play hero, when they see heroes, mostly they're trying to save the Ghost Ogre for that increase. So without increase inside of my deck, I don't have to worry about it. And then the Droll, you know, I don't have to do as much adding with this deck. Like usually the only thing I really want to have to add is the mass change. So if that's like the one card I have to add, so I'm good. I have to add, I'm good. But you know, sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. It is what it is. But this deck doesn't lose as hard to Droll because like even if you do get when you get your level 4s out there and you do get Drolled, you can just make Babuska and you know have a whole bunch of hand traps and be good. So that is my hand trap lineup. Y'all see the hand trap? That's lot 3, 6, 9. 12 hand traps, and I played 3 Book of Moons, so yeah, like 15 going second cards. And like honestly, like some of these hand traps could probably, you know, be toned down a little bit if you want to add a little bit more engine cards off in there to make, you know, getting to your stuff a little bit more how do you say, a little bit more consistency, because there could have been another E-Call off in here. There could have been like a Bubble Man or something. But the only thing that I really wanted to play Bubble Man off in there, but in order to play Bubble Man, you would have to switch from playing hand traps to playing like solely going second cards, and that would have to exclude also the kaiju monsters and Santa Claus. So I just didn't feel like playing Bubble Man in there would be just like very efficient. I felt like I would brick and not be able to summon it most of the time. So yeah, we just went with the hand trap lineup of that right there. And my spell and trap cards, of course, 3 of Hero Lives. Like I said, if you wanted to take out a couple hand traps or going second cards, you can put in that 3rd emergency card to make, you know, get into your engine a little bit more consistent. But we played Rhoda with 2 emergency calls. Of course, 3 mass change, because I felt like this was like the main part of the engine that would allow me to OTK my opponent. And then this should be 3 Book of Moons. I couldn't find the other Book of Moon because I think it was a common one. But yeah, it should be like 3 Book of Moons. Oh shoot, we played a whole lot of going second cards. 2 triple tactics talents, and then 2 desires. I know when I played this card, people looked at me funny because they were like, desires and heroes. But inside of this deck, you know, it's perfectly fine. Like there's no, like I said, there's no poly or miracle fusion or increase or anything like that. You're not gonna have to worry about hitting Mally or anything like that. And I would say like in one of my matchups, I think, what was it, like I potted desired into Lightning Storm evenly matched. And I was like, oh, that was so nice. I think y'all get to see that. It was against Crystal Beast in the semifinals. And then a little bit of extenders, 3 trap extenders, 3 Shade Brigadine to allow me to do Tom 3 Free Doer. Really, really good card because he can grab like spells and, you know, things to allow you to draw and go to your, you know, get to your stuff a little bit easier and faster. So, and be able to bounce stuff back to the top of their deck, which can be pretty effective. But yeah, this is my spell and trap lineup. You can see besides we had 12 hand traps, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 going second cards. You know, they were pretty strong and powerful. And, you know, that could probably tone down a little bit if you want to go down to, you know, maybe like 12 and, you know, add in like emergency call, or there's another card. You can add in instant contacts as well because they can special summon the level 4 Neo Spatial Monster, and it'll give you like another way to extend and get that other level 4 out on the board. So, you know, those are also options. You know, it's just up to you how you run it. I ran it like this. It was pretty fine. Like I said, we just got too old by the Labyrinth deck in the finals, which that deck is, you know, trap decks are those decks where it's just like you need to draw like specific cards, and, you know, in order to be able to win matchups like that. So I didn't get to them, so we ended up losing. But yeah, so that's the main deck. It's 41 cards. You know, I typically, like, I'd be trying to play 40, but this ended up being 41. So, you know, I wasn't disappointed in it. And then we got the side deck over here. 3 Ghost Bells in the Labyrinth matchup. I did forget to side these in, which is part of the problem. I ended up leaving in Ghost Ogre, and I'm just not used to playing the Ogre and side in this format yet. And yeah, that was a big mistake. It should have been, I think I got like big welcome Labyrinth like first turn and stuff too both times when I opened up with the Ogres. It's like, no, these should have been Bells. And then 3 Shifters, of course. This helped me in my matchup against Dragon Link. So good against Dragon Link. Then 2 Dark Rulers with 2 Lightning Storms and Feather Duster to clear Black Rose for, you know, those other decks. And then 2 D Barriers and 2 evenly matched. So, yep, 3, 6. Is this too many? three. No, it's not. Okay. So yeah, that was my side deck pretty much. I had to reconstruct everything the way it was supposed to be. But yeah, Ghost Bell, Shifter, Barrier, Evenly Matched. Y'all know what all these cards do. Yeah, this is probably like the only thing that's irregular for heroes to be able to play Shifter. But I said, like, basically, like, what you want to do with this deck, you know, is go. Well, actually, now we can put the side deck to the side. But basically, you know, all you're trying to do is draw like this, or basically get to this with one of these, you know, and basically, you know, get into this and stuff with Rhoda, Emergency Call, Pot of Desires and stuff. It's usually pretty easy. I did have some games where, you know, I would only draw like Shadow Mist and Mass Change, but I actually ended up winning those games because even though, you know, I only had Shadow Mist, I had like 3 or 4 hand traps in order to shut my opponent down on top of it. And, you know, it's just hard for a lot of decks to out Dark Law, you know, especially like if you start off your turn like this and you're able to go search Honest Neos. This kind of depends on what what matchup you're playing, but yeah, like typically you want to go Hero Lives into Stratos to grab whichever one of these you want to be missing. Summon, special summon, you can use this in the Stratos to make your rank 4 that's best for the matchup. Like I think like going against Labyrinth, I made Tornado Dragon. I think I might have did the same thing when I played against Crystal Beast, because I know like their continuous cards are pretty good. And then, you know, you use your Shadow Mist for your Dark Law, and you have whatever hand traps you drew, and you're good to go. So yeah, that's basically all you're aiming to do with this deck. It's really simple, and you know, it's one of those decks you're not probably going to go to time a lot, which I get tired of because it's like really simple. Your turn is going to take maybe like 3 or 4 minutes, and that's it. You know, just depending on what your opponent is like reading, trying to decide what to do. So yeah, so of course, like I said, like with the 3 Mass Change, those are kind of like our only utility hero type spell, like because you know usually we play like Poly and all that stuff. So a lot of the extra deck kind of depended on my Mass heroes, and I do believe like the only one I don't remember using was Den. Like I just never really came up. He never had to dodge anything, but like the first time I played this deck, like Den came in like very, very handy because he has the ability to destroy monsters and special summon out another level 4. And a lot of times, you know, I would kick over something with Dren, special summon Stratos to go grab, you know, Honest Neos or whatever, and you know, you can hit your opponent for game pretty easy. Then y'all know Anki from Duel Links, big card. I used Acid, I think I used Blast, and of course Dark Law. So yeah, that was what my mass heroes, pretty much all of them except for the light one, because there wouldn't have been a way to really summon the light one. Then Dweller, which I don't think I ever summoned. I did summon Blade Armor Ninja. I wanted to really use that against somebody, so I brought it out. Of course, Babuska, then Time Thief, Redoer, of course, Tornado, Dragon, and these were basically like my rank 4s that I used. Of course, these are, you know, pretty explanatory. These were utility, you know, for going against Trap Tricks or Labyrinth or whatever. And yeah, the only one I'll probably change is this. Like, it just didn't do anything. I think there was like one matchup where I considered summoning it, but I just didn't end up doing it. You know, this could really be something better, but for old Bubble Beat, you know, what do you say, nostalgia, I played the Blade Armor Ninja for, you know, extra damage, and then plus you can just put Zeus over the top of it after you're done anyway. So yeah, we had that. Then the big thing that surprised a lot of people was the small little Zodiac Zeus package that'll give you like 2 board wipes with Zeus, because Chakanine can be made with any two level 4s. And then you just put the board ball on top of it to be able to attack directly. And then, of course, you put Zeus on top of those. And then, you know, also with Pearly being here and having triple tactics inside of the deck, you can still, you know, their monsters or whatever, and put Zeus on the top of it. And you have their big material Zeus now. So then the only link is the Cross Sheep. I needed it off in there just in case of, what was it? In case I stole something with triple tactics talent, you know, no matter what it was, as long as I can get another monster out there, I could link something with it. And then like the other thing is if I did have Cross Sheep out there and say, you know, like I said, like the main thing we were doing was like using Mass Change, those still count as fusion monsters. So yeah, as long as you special summon that fusion monster to the zone that the cross sheet points at, you can special summon back your Stratos or your Shadow Mist and, you know, still be able to do stuff. But basically, I don't think I ever use this card, but so, you know, it can be whatever you want it to be. So yeah, that's my deck list. 41 cards. I finished second place. I got 2-0 by Labyrinth. I probably said that a couple times, but I was pretty happy with the way the deck performed. It was definitely something different to do, and yeah, I enjoyed it. So, you know, y'all, if y'all end up trying it out, let me know what changes y'all make, how y'all did with it and stuff, how you felt about it. I forgot to make the announcement for like the next giveaway prize when we hit the 1,200 subs. You know, I did one at 11. We're gonna do one at 1,200. So at 1,200, it'll be this pot token that you can use as a field center or however you like. Yep, that one. And then these custom sleeves that people always ask me about. Now these are Magic the Gathering size, so basically you would be putting them over your pretty much over your extra deck. But yeah, like usually, like most of the time whenever I play Neo space deck like Cosmos Neos and stuff, I use these as my main deck sleeves, but you know, they work just as well as, you know, over sleeves for your extra deck. So the winner of the 1,200 subscriber giveaway will get the token and 15 of these custom Elemental Hero Neo sleeves with art by Cross Illustrations. So appreciate everybody for staying a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next video.
Man, he come through, he level up, he go cool, he shining out and popping to over 9K. That's a breakthrough. Be on top now. Here's a look at our world.